Welcome to Channel 1 News. We're a podcast now. Tyler's here with me still. Thanks, man, I guess. So I don't really, I don't want to start the podcast out on war.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to start it out on peace either.
Never. That's too boring.
What about all those animal penises? That's enough out of you.
Yeah.
What is up with all those animal penises?
We start off with ducks. I know there's been...
Everyone talks about
Everybody
duck
talks about
penises. I
Oh my god. That's like a Spider-Man penis. Like, he's like...
You never seen
like
this
he was
before?
in slow-mo and then...
A slow-mo. He was in a slow-mo.
Slow-mo.
Do you think...
His penis came out.
It does just keep going. I'm surprised that you haven't seen this before.
I probably have. I mean...
You know
that's
what
a duck. It looks like just a normal bird from here.
That one on the side looks kind of like a really nice painting of like a set. No, come on. That one right there on the left. 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 Thank you.
Everybody's
Jesus
been doing the
fucking
right
Christ.
for their
The
left
PA,
recently.
dude. What is this PA? That one looks like a like a Baroque period.
It looks like those paintings that every like mom has where the angels are touching. It's like the same style.
It's Touch of George.
It's like this,
What's his
but
name?
there's like
George
naked.
Foreman.
Yeah, there's that guy, and then like all the little naked angel babies.
They do.
They like babies naked and
I would.
blankets.
My.
Blue's Clues. 2 nights ago, laying in bed. I think we've all seen it probably at this point. Steve pops up on the timeline. He's like, "Hey man, let's talk about when I left."
I don't really. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like, "Let's talk about when I left." And I was like, "Bye, going to college." And then Joe was the new guy.
Rogan?
No, not Joe Rogan. I don't know. Does Joe have a last name? Does Steve have a last name?
Helms.
Steve Helms.
I don't think I give a shit about. I don't think I give a shit about the guy from Blue's Clues, and I know it's gonna ruffle some feathers. Maybe some ducks' penises are gonna get sucked into their bodies, but I do think that him doing this is very gaslighty. He's very like an ex coming back into your life. Like we'd all come to terms with this.
The thing is, I don't think I did. And then I saw this video, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I
Bro,
forgot."
So you just let things fester like that? You're
No,
not
I
gonna talk
never.
about
I never thought about it, but then after he did it, I was like, "Oh wow, I feel calmer now. I feel like a better person."
Okay.
I feel like I have some closure from Blue's Clues that I didn't know I needed.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate him. I don't want like anyone who sees this to be like, "Wow, you're not on the side of Blue's Clues." Of course I am. I love Blue's Clues. I get letters.
Blue's a girl.
Yeah, Blue is a girl. She's a female icon. Magenta,
Also a girl, or
they them. We don't really know. I don't know, and I think it's kind of sexist for me to just assume. It's as sexist for me to assume Magenta's a girl as it was for me to assume Blue was a boy.
everybody thought Blue was a boy.
Everyone did. Why? Because Blue's a boy color? No way. Blue is for sure. You're wearing blue, but that doesn't mean you're a boy. I mean, I don't know how you...
Also a girl. She's also...
Wait.
Oh, Magenta and
Magenta's
Blue?
a girl. Okay.
Look, that was a good chime-in. That was a number one good
Yeah.
chime-in. Way to go, Angelo. First good chime-in.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, yeah, it's enough. And I think that it's enough.
No, we're done.
And I think...
Table.
Side table. That's a character.
Side table... Yeah, come on, dude. Side table's a girl?
Tickety talk. They're all female.
Oh, wow. Very, very, very... This is...
And then
you know what they
Steve.
should do?
You know, this is getting a little weird.
This is
now.
getting a little weird. Why is he only getting girl furniture
he's-
and girl dogs? That's okay. We don't need to look that much into it.
I
He
mean,
just...
there were males.
Dude, get...
Yeah, you had Mr.
Mike,
Mr. Salt.
Shovel, pail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty. No, just a
Okay.
well-rounded
All right,
cast.
take it back.
You know,
It's
like,
not creepy. We're good.
I do appreciate... I do really appreciate Blue's Clues, and I do appreciate... I guess I appreciate closure. I do just think it's weirdly timed.
I think what happened
He
was...
also looks like the guy from Linkin Park a little bit. I don't know if you...
Yeah.
He just kind of off subject, but it reminded me of that.
But the thing is that everybody thought that he left Blue's Clues because he was getting into drugs and being like a bad person.
Yeah, but that's only because everyone's moms
Yeah,
were so worried about you doing drugs.
Yeah.
I always heard that it was either between him going bald or going to college. Those were the rumors. It was never like a Barney or an Elmo rumor. It was like oh, touching the babies, touching the kids. Oh. Like, it was never one of those for me, as far as what I knew. So like him leaving was like, shit, I got a dumb Blue's Clues now.
I
got
think
this
what
jabroni,
happened was
but
that I heard that rumor, and then I looked up a picture of him, and I saw that he was bald, and I was like, oh my god,
it's got to be it.
he's went off the deep end.
People were really, for sure, in the 2000s. People were not ready for a bald lead in a kid's show.
Yeah.
I think a show that really opened the door for that was probably Yo Gabba Gabba. They were very experimental. They had a bunch of people.
Was there bald people on that show?
I bet there were. I think the Pixies were on that show, and I think the dude, where is my mind?
Yeah.
Where is my mind?
Caillou?
Yeah.
Caillou was a
yeah,
bald
but
lead, but
everyone
Caillou also
fucking
fucking
hates
sucks.
Caillou, right? No one's fucking into Caillou.
Caillou
Yeah.
is notorious for being
For
a
being
bitch.
the fucking
He's
worst. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The early 2000s, nobody wanted a bald person on their thing. So I feel for him. It's not something you can. Actually, you can. By the way, Propecia is a hell of a drug. Just ask any doctor that you go to. I'm on it. My hair is luscious. I'm on the Propecia. Shout out Propecia. But I just don't think.
Have you noticed the difference in your hair from the Propecia, or is it just staying?
I still think I don't think it was balding as much as I used to. I think it just fixed my memory from the past. Does that make sense? Like, because I used to go, oh my god, I'm balding, oh my god, and then I started taking Propecia, and I'm still kind of like, oh, I still think I'm balding, but also it's kind of like maybe I wasn't balding at all. I think it's just given my brain's less hairy.
I think I'm a little afraid to cut my hair because
It might not grow back.
I haven't gotten my hair cut since I was 24.
Holy shit.
And now I'm 26.
Holy shit.
That's like 2 years. Those are pivotal years too. You're going from like early 20s until like...
You're finding out if you're gay or straight.
Yeah, And then, like, what if I cut it and then it's just like thinner, or it's like I got like bald spots or something? I'm a little afraid to find out what's going to be under my hair.
Well, again, I think one thing that's really cool about your look that's going on right now is this is one of your first days. You're very brave because this is, our first podcast. Give it up for the podcast, everyone. Shout out podcast. Shout out our own podcast. But you've got the bandanas on.
Yeah.
And this is...
Bandanza.
The bandanza. The
It's a
bandanza
bonanza
bonanza. Yeah, and I think it's very brave of you to come out this way during your first ever...
You know
ever
why
pod.
I have this bandana on is because I showered today. And I washed my hair, and how my hair is. It's very fluffy when I shower.
Yeah, I know about it.
And so I went to go grab a hat, and then I see my Channel 1 hat, and I almost put it on.
Shout out Channel 1.
Shout out Channel 1. And so, I grabbed my Channel 1 hat.
Back to it.
And I realized that I had accidentally washed it one time, so it's all like wrinkly, and it might have shrunk.
How'd you accidentally wash a hat?
I don't know. I think it was in my laundry basket, and I dropped it off to get washed.
But why'd you put it in your laundry basket?
I don't know. It might have fallen.
I do want to. The only reason I'm asking is because I want to wash. I have like 2 hats that I wear, and now after I got my Florida Panthers hat, I'm a one hat guy.
Yeah.
They call me one hat Matt.
Mikey.
Oh, yeah, that would make more. That's what my name is. But I haven't been able to wash it. I'm thinking about it because it's white, so you see a little sweat. But also hats, they kind of get better as they get worn. So. But I'm nervous about washing it because it's kind of old, so I don't want to put it in like bleach and fuck it all up.
I feel you.
Anyway,
But my hat's kind of fucked up. It doesn't really sit on my head well.
That's my worry.
It's all wrinkly. Like the inside is not flat anymore around the edges. It's like all warped. So it just doesn't work anymore, which is kind of sad. So I need another.
Doesn't
Channel
work
1
anymore.
hat.
Oh no way! I actually know a guy.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I do
But
have.
anyway, so
no doubt, I
just
have like 3 green ones. If
Really?
you want. Yeah, I still got.
okay.
I'll give you another one.
But yeah, so then I put the hat back, and then I see this bandana, and I'm like, I've always wanted to rock a bandana, but now my hair is like officially long enough where
Yeah,
I can
yeah, it's
wear it,
official.
And it looks like it belongs on my head, and it kind of gives
Big
that
time
vibe.
fan. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's very you. I don't think it's like when you try a new thing and you're like maybe I'm trying too hard. Like
Yeah.
like no. Like one time back in the day I used to have 0 drip, 0 swag. I had no.
As we know.
No, nothing really. And one day I bought a pair of jeans.
Jeans. Well,
It was a big
Bold.
step for me. I know. Well, Florida kids, you get butt sweat, you get leg sweat.
jeans
Also,
in Florida are like
It's what are you doing? And I played a lot of basketball, but things you got to grow up, and you just got to sweat out your balls.
you gotta
Sometimes,
sweat out your balls onto your jeans.
It's just part of the way it goes.
One thing, I was a little nervous to wear the bandana out because we're in New York now, and I was like,
That's why
Florida you can dress a little like flamboyant, and it's
What?
okay.
Dude, what are you talking about?
South Florida, you could be a little flamboyant.
In Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Bro, everyone's just a Ed Hardy boy down. Well, I fucking wish they were Ed Hardy
That's
boy,
flamboyant
honestly.
as fuck.
Well, I guess you're right. That is flamboyant. But I'm talking about where we were in Fort Lauderdale was very boat boys. You know, they were either rich boat people or like, you know how there's, you know, one thing,
we're in Brooklyn, so it's
you can do
different.
anything you fucking want, dude.
Yeah,
You could walk
everybody
around with
just
your
wears
dick
black
hanging out.
here, so I'm like, whoa.
We walked here and there was a guy who was like, "Those are sores."
Lesions.
This is lesions. This is literally. I meant to talk to you about this, Angela. We were walking here. We came out. We just got this alcohol. I won't say the name because they're not sponsoring us, and no free plugs. But we were walking out of the liquor store, and there's this guy who's sitting there talking to like, you know how there's a guy you're like, he's not homeless, but he's give him a month. He's moving around his friends' places, and this guy, we walk out, and he's talking to a couple of other like semi-homeless guys, and he's like, "Yo, what?" You know, he pulls up his leg, and we just walk past him, and the guy goes, "No, those are lesions," and that's all we heard,
And I looked down at his leg, and he
had
lesions. Like,
lesions.
his whole leg was fucked.
It was lesions, and like, where did you get? In the times, you're thinking, okay, COVID, but no one's gotten lesions.
Like you got the plague,
and you're saying the word lesions. That's biblical.
You got lesions and lacerations.
Oh, we got leprosy going around Brooklyn these days. Like it was a great little side thing to hear, especially because we were really close to them and they weren't wearing masks, and that was really cool. So if you guys, hear something, say something, you see any lesions on the boys, I don't think it's good to keep that under wraps. Yeah. I think you should. Well, you should wrap up your lesions, but
under
don't
wraps.
keep the information.
But the information
that should be open system.
Yeah.
Do you think the best thing COVID's ever done is the airplane freak out? I love the airplane freak out. I love it for multiple reasons. One, because I love just the controversy, I love the confrontation. There's no escape. Like when you're in a mall, you can be like, "Oh, get me in the next aisle," and you can kind of move away.
You can escape it, but you're in the fucking
You're in
air.
fucking 34D by the bathroom, and this guy's fucking chewing on his mask, going, "Go Biden, go Trump," whatever he says.
Yeah.
And he wants both of them to win. and
old man.
Go,
I want an old man in the
oldest
fucking
man
office.
you
That's
got.
all I want.
But they got nowhere to go. And it's not like they're just going to emergency land over the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
They're not just going to go like, fuck it.
Have you seen the ones where they fucking duct tape the guy to the chair?
That's the funniest shit in the world. I forget which airline. I think it was Spirit. I forget which airline it was, but oh my God, the fucking Gorilla Tape should have sponsored them so quickly.
Yeah.
Fucking Gorilla Tape airplane,
They could have
bro.
escaped that whole controversy with the gorilla glue hair lady. You know, remember her?
Oh my fucking God, the Gorilla Glue hair
They could have
lady,
been like, all right,
and
yeah,
Spirit
sure.
should have done a collab.
Yeah, but Spirit, we saved the flight.
I do think it's incredible to...
I like how you're sitting now. You got a little more comfy.
Thanks, man. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
But I think of all the steps you need to take to get on the airplane and then have the freak out.
Yeah.
You gotta get in the Uber.
Mm-hmm.
They're like mask, and in the Uber, they're like, oh, okay, it's probably only
This
time.
won't happen again.
It's probably the only time I'm gonna have to do this. And they go through the fry cook machine where they fucking give you radiation poisoning, and they're like, this is cool.
And people worry about 5G,
Keep my mask
and then
on.
they're like, but I'll
Yeah, right.
get in that machine.
And then they wait in the thing. They've got their mask on, and then when you board, everyone who's boarding is wearing a mask. Like when you're in the. You're
That
going
guy
down the tube
intentionally waited until they were
to get in the
cruising
not even
altitude.
in the air, exactly in the sky, dude.
Yeah.
And he wanted to, and then when he's like above Detroit, he's just like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well,
and they're not landing in Detroit. I was thinking, do you judge the quality of the airline based on how attractive the stewardess and stewards are?
no, actually, I judge them on the size of the seats.
Size of the
100% the size of the seats. For example, Delta, but I do think maybe those correlate. Now that I'm thinking about it, like Pan Am, they were like, "Oh, we got a hot person in the sky with you." You know what I mean? You don't know about Pan Am? They're all wearing like short skirts, big cleavage in my face. You're like, "Do you want some pretzels?" I'd be like, "This is so like daycare to me," you know?
Daycare.
Yeah. You didn't have a busty
Oh, when you're just a
daycare
little
lady.
child, and then the lady gives you snacks,
And you're
then you're like,
what
boobs
are
are in my
boobs?
face.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel
it's the
comfortable
first
because
time
that's
ever.
what I'm used to as a child.
Okay, I'm sure other people understand this. If we've been here together.
Yeah, if two people out of two people know what we're talking about.
2 out of 2, or it's a good.
If we're 100%.
That's what they use for a
on
statistical
the same, if me and you are on the
basis.
same page, then there's got to be more pages.
No, Pan Am.
Yeah.
When we were in
Pan
Colorado.
Anderson.
Shout out Colorado Airport. There was a fucking kiosk I wanted to buy something from you guys. I waited there for 30 minutes. No one was there. Where is all your kiosk people?
You wanted to buy a
Colorado
Pan Am
Airport.
hat.
I wanted to buy a Pan Am hat because it reminds me of the good times.
Yeah.
When you had hot people
When
on
airplanes were made out of good material.
good materials. People were smoking on them. Babies were in first class.
Babies were in first class.
Spitting cigarettes at them.
Spitting.
Fuck. So we spilt. We, as in collectively,
We both were touching
We
the
both
bottle.
were touching it. We
Somehow.
gonna give you a little more. Just yeah, let it rip.
Little
Sure. We're gonna leave that for the guy with the lesions downstairs. I'm sure he needs it.
What's the backstory of Pan Am? Like, what's their gimmick? Was it anything other than just a normal flight that had?
I guess I don't really know because every time I think about like what Pan Am is, it's also like, it's like the Brady Bunch. Like I have no idea what the fuck was going on in the '60s. Like
Brady Bunch is just a title screen to me.
It's like it's like 80 fucking years ago.
I don't know what it's about. I don't know any of the characters.
There's too many blonde people on the show for it to
Yeah.
even be remotely real. I do just think airplanes. One thing that they're doing that is makes me happy is that flight attendants are becoming a little more mean. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Yeah.
But they're definitely becoming a little more like assertive. And mean isn't the right word because I want them to be this mean. But,
They're people
but again,
too.
they duct taped
They
a
duct
motherfucker
taped, yeah.
to a chair.
Shout
How
out
many
Gorilla
fucking
Tape.
shout out Gorilla Tape? Shout out Gorilla Glue. If
Yeah.
they're the same company, that's
Which
great.
they
If
should
they're
be.
not, America, baby. Put those separate things away.
That's true.
Get a mic. And if we're gonna go ahead and get on this whole gorilla train.
A gorilla train?
Never mind. I don't even want to get into that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that the flight attendants who have been mean lately, the flight attendants who have not put up with these people's shit, they need to go tenfold. Because these people this man was chewing a mask. He was chewing a mask. He's like, nom, nom, nom. He was chewing a mask because he's like, I don't know what, after checks and balances across the board.
Imagine chewing a mask. The mask's purpose is to filter all the bad shit out of the air, and you're like, nah, it goes in my mouth.
If you think that's what the mask is for and not for control, you're an absolute bandana wearing bonanza. I think that people who are against masks, I will at least say I get where they're coming from because they're like, it's annoying, and I'm like, yeah. But then when they're like, it's government control, I'm like, I don't really think that's what they're trying to control, They're trying to control not your mouth. They're trying to control like your wallet,
The people who have the thing against the mask is just them. It's something. It's something that the government is telling us to do, and people are doing it. It's like literally just here's something that we want you to do, now do it. And that's what the people are worried about, but no.
But
It's
right,
for
this
your
idea of
safety.
like control and whatever,
Yeah.
I just feel like, and I'm not trying to be like dismissive toward them because I'm all about hating people who are in charge. Like that's why I don't work at Channel One anymore. I was working there for a year. I started that company. Without me, they were nothing. Like they were nothing. They weren't anything involved. But now, now look at them. I left, and now what's happening?
They're dissolved.
They dissolved. They're doing a
dissolved.
fucking podcast now.
Yeah.
But you got the name.
But we got the name. That's fucking right.
We love Channel One, baby. That's all I care about is the
We
name.
got the name.
But I guess what I'm saying is like big business and big capitalism. Those are all words that they talk about on TikTok. Definitely,
and I don't even know what they mean.
if you're, if you hate government control, if you hate Joe Biden, if you hate Barack Obama, if you hate Donald Trump, if you hate Jimmy Carter, one of the best ways to stick it to them is to go to our YouTube, our Instagram, Facebook. I don't know, wherever we're putting this, Blockbuster. Feel free to just tune in and check us out. We're the best way to convert anti-maskers into I don't really know where they want, but if you fucking hate the government and hate masks and you just want your freedoms, babe, Channel 1 News from the couch.
This has been Channel 1.